All right, how are you doing? And I guess you guys are having some good time, and whoever is watching this video, just get some time, subscribe on that, just hit on the button below the video, and then you can as well share it among some of the people that you think might have something to learn from this. Today we're going to be looking at purpose, and I always go by the names of Ryan, and we always try to bring in some life topics that can help us enhance the way we live and the way we think and the way we treat people around us, so that it can help us better the community and the society where we come from, and that makes the whole world at large. Speaking about purpose, I just want to start off by giving you the simplest form of defining purpose. Of course, people will come up with so many terminologies and so many wordings and great vocabularies, just trying to explain a simple thing. But in the simplest way possible, if you want to describe purpose, you just have to bring it in just a couple of few words. Purpose is serving others, period. That is a purpose. Purpose is aimed at serving others, or serving the community or the surroundings or the society. Even if it's a house, the purpose of a house is not to serve the house, but it's to serve other people. So whatever thing in life, its purpose is aimed to serve other things, not itself. So in simple terms, purpose is serving others to a human being. Yeah. So today I wanted us to look at the characteristics, or you can call it the qualities or the traits of purpose. For you that are joining in right now, I just want to advise you to hit on that button, that subscribe button below the video, and definitely you'll be able to support this channel, and as well try to share it with the rest of the people, because all this is aimed at changing lives. Let's look at the qualities, but before we can get into the qualities, let's try to understand this pretty well. When I was growing up as a child, I always had this undying drive, like this ambitious motivation, this way. I was always been driven by some force that I've made it to myself that I want to be something in life, and not just something, but I want to impact. I want to impact the humanity, the great humanity. So most of the times, we people, we don't look at purpose. Instead, we look at the things that are surrounding us. We look at how we can be better than the rest of others, and how we can be on top of others, and how we can win. Most of the times it's aimed at how we can win, which is absolutely wrong. I personally, I don't think that's how God created humanity. As a matter of fact, we all human beings are interdependent, and guess what? Interdependency means that no one can do life alone, and everyone survives on another, just like the whole nature is. You've read science, or you've done some little bit of science. You know that we survive on the trees, and the trees survive on us because we give them carbon dioxide and they give us oxygen. Then the plants, the animals survive on the grass, the plants, and of course even the plants survive on the animals. So that cycle of nature, they call it the ecosystem. So this is trying to show you that everything, whatever purpose it has, it is helping the other. So that is the ecosystem. So in simple way, it is the same thing here, even with humanity or human beings, when it comes to purpose. And I want us to look at the 5 characteristics or traits of purpose. Purpose, in the first term, point possible, let's look at serving. Like I explained it earlier on. If you want to find out that truly what you're doing is a purpose, it will not be selfish. It will not benefit you just in a short while. Yeah, it will not benefit you for some time. It will be aimed at first serving the rest of the people around you, and you will do it ungrudgingly. Nobody's going to force you. Nobody's going to entice you, but you just choose to do something that you think is appropriate, that you think is helping others. So this is one of the remarkable signs or traits of purpose. If you want to know what you're doing is purpose. Secondly, if you want to know that what you're doing is purpose, it's got to be a passion. purpose is something you love, a passion, something you do. You know, the funny thing about a purpose is something you would do even without being paid, but you still love to do it, and you put in your all, and you can sacrifice for it even without expecting returns. So that is a purpose. Whenever you want to find out if what you're doing is a purpose, then you need to know, to ask yourself if you enjoy what you're doing and you're doing it with a willing heart. You're not grudging. Okay? So that is so important as well. Now, moving on to the third trait or quality of purpose, we're looking at lifetime achievements. Purpose, if you want to know that what you're doing is purpose, it's aimed at lifetime achievements. Your gains are long in a long run. It's a long investment, but your gains are not short-term. There are long-term achievements. You might not see it right now, but in a couple of times you're going to see this. With hard work, with progress, and with determination, you'll start to see the fruits of a purpose. Purpose, fruits that will not simply just dispose. No, you have to fight harder and harder, but it's one thing that does not lie, because anybody that serves a purpose will enjoy, and they can as well earn from it. But their primary goal is not to earn from it. The primary goal is to serve others, and then earning from it is a secondary goal that comes after. So you have to ask yourself if what exactly you're doing, you love to invest in it, your time, your money, your knowledge, if you love all these things and so many other things as they might evolve, if you love to invest in all these things and in a long run, and you don't complain, and you're not forced, and you don't still expect short-term achievements, but you know what you get is probably gonna come or it might not come, but you still love to do what you do, whether it comes or it does not come. Yeah, sometimes people might call it a hobby, but a hobby is much more light. It's something that you just do, but this is something you commit to doing even without expecting payments from it. Lastly, this is last but not least, we're looking at purpose is served. Yes, purpose is served. Any purpose in life has to go that scrutiny. It has to go through that time when it has to be served. That time is inevitable to everybody that is pursuing a purpose, or everybody that is embarking on a purpose in life. There is that time when you have to serve your purpose. You don't expect any capital or investment. You don't expect any help from anybody. It's only you and yourself. You got to believe in it. You got to do it. You got to seek information. You got to seek skills, training from various people and various ways, so that you can improve your purpose. So purpose in short terms, it is served. There is that time when you simply just gonna endure and you don't even expect anything in return. So if what you're doing, you don't enjoy investing it, just get to know that it's not a purpose. You get to enjoy. For example, like a musician, it doesn't mean that once you're a musician and suddenly you become a recording artist, suddenly you're signed by a record label. That's not how it works. There are those times, especially in some countries, there are those times when you have to put in, and sometimes you get from different sources to inject in this, because you love it, because you feel it, because you want to be appreciated. So whatever you're doing it for the people. You're not doing it for you. And you inject it, you put in your time, you sacrifice. Some people walk, some people are humiliated, but they still endure all that. That is what they call a purpose, because you got to serve it. There is a time when you have to serve it. And lastly, purpose never disappoints. That is one thing you know. Purpose never disappoints. It can take 1,000 times, 1,000 years, but one day it will definitely manifest. There is a story that is told about Thomas, who invented a light, a bulb. It took him 1,000 experiments, but on the 1,001st, he was successful. And today, a lot of renovations or evolutions that have been done about lights, but it was not until the perseverance of that one Thomas that today we have lights. They've been innovated in different ways, but it was his knowledge. So in life, it is so important to first identify your purpose in life. Of course, we all have a general purpose, which is to worship. If you're a believer, we definitely think that we all have one particular purpose, that is to worship that one only God. But There is also what they call earthly purpose, and that one we differ. People are musicians, others are footballers, others are educationists, others are teachers, others are motivational speakers, others, it depends on what God has given you. It is a gift in short terms, and you just have to unearth that. Ain't nobody's going to help you unearth that. You have to take the initiative, unearth it, and make it work out. It is really, really very paramount in life. Next time, we're going to be looking at how you can be able to discover your purpose. Today, I was showing you some of the characteristics or the traits or qualities of a purpose. And we looked at serving others, passion, lifetime achievement. Purpose is supposed to be served, and then we also lastly talked about that life purpose never disappoints. Those are the 5 qualities of purpose. So next time in our series that we have started today, we're going to be talking about how you can identify your purpose and what you can do about it so that you can become a better person, because purpose also needs to be polished and needs to be enhanced in a way that it can be useful. I still remain the same, Ryan Beats. Remember to subscribe and we'll be good to go. Adios. All right, how are you doing? And I guess you guys are having some good time, and whoever is watching this video, just get some time and subscribe on that just hit on the button below the video, and then you can as well share it among some of the people that you think might have something to learn from this. Today we're going to be looking at purpose, and I always go by the names of Ryan, and we always try to bring in some life topics that can help us enhance the way we live and the way we think and the way we treat people around us, so that it can help us better the community and the society where we come from, and that makes the whole world at large. Speaking about purpose, I just want to start off by giving you the simplest form of defining purpose. Of course, people will come up with so many terminologies and so many wordings and great vocabularies, just trying to explain a simple thing. But in the simplest way possible, if you want to describe purpose, you just have to bring it in just a couple of few words. Purpose.